Lust is a feeling, love is an action. So are you going to be driven by your feelings? Or are you going to be driven by your actions and choose love in every moment? Let's keep it real. If you find yourself being overtaken by lust, it is not your fault. This is really how society has programmed us. But it is your responsibility to reprogram your mind to get out of that space, because you have things that you want to do and you can't carry that lust with you everywhere you want to go. You can't carry that lust with you in a serious relationship and think that it's all right to just be hanging out there. You got to be able to deal with that and put it to the side and understand that you're trying to elevate above lust into love. And I understand it's tough, because for me, growing up, I was exposed to porn at a young age. I was exposed to it with an older brother. I can't even remember. I was probably like grade 3, grade 4, being exposed to it, and it became normal. It's just something that everyone does, and throughout junior high, throughout high school, it was a matter of we all spoke about it and we all talked about it, and it was certain things that we had competitions on as young men, and we were so open to talk about it, and it was so normalized. And if you were to be that person in junior high where you just wanted, for example, you just wanted a girlfriend, where I grew up, how I grew up, you were looked at as a weirdo. You were looked at as like, ugh, you want a girlfriend? Because we were really taught that you should have multiple women, you should not love women, and just like it's like in porn, it's like you just swipe through and you just watch and you enjoy and then on to the next one. And that never resonated with my spirit. Like never, not once did it ever resonate with my spirit. And I remember growing up thinking to myself like, yo, you're weird. Like, you're weird. Why are you the only one that finds it hard to have multiple women in his life? Why do you find that weird? Why are you such a lover boy? Why do you just want one woman in your life? I remember this was in university, so you got to think, like, I already been through high school, junior high, like, spend time, and I'm in university right now asking myself these questions. Why is it so hard for you to want to have multiple women in your life? It just never resonated with my spirit. But it just goes to show how, like, that's the dominant programming that's being put out there. And you have to be really strong, or you have to be just different in order for you to not adopt that programming, because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And even though I didn't adopt that programming, lust and that energy of lust is still heavy in my life through my upbringing. And I would say it's less than a lot, but it's still there. And it's still something that we have to address and we have to check. And it's something about being online that makes it very tough. But we got to understand that on Instagram, y'all, like, what you see on Instagram for the show, what we think is just looking good and nice and harmless, nah, we can't engage and we can't expose ourselves to those images and those pictures, because what it's doing to our brains is completely messing up with our neurochemistry for when we have someone in the physical. So it's terrible. And I had a woman in my life tell me that whatever you see, I see. So if you are out there and you're looking at women who are not fully dressed less than modest, then that energy that I'm witnessing, I'm carrying, that's being put on her. And that's impacting and influencing our relationship, because the wandering eye, like, whatever you take in is like you're consuming. Whatever you look at is like you're eating that. That's how I look at it. Whatever you look at is like you ate that. So when you're looking on Instagram and your explore page, like, man, we gotta get rid of all those IG models off our explore page. Like, I'm so grateful I did that years ago. That's done for me. But believe me, they still gonna creep up. One time you accidentally just put a video on for too long, or it tests you, and then your explore page, and all of a sudden it's back. So you gotta go exit that. But we gotta understand how impactful this is into our lives, and we got to really take it serious, because we For me, it's really about family. Really and truly, it's about family. And it's about breaking these generational curses that are being programmed into us right now, because we can look at generational curses as what came from the generation before us. But look at yourself. Look at what generational curses are being put into you for you to pass on to the next generation. And for us, that's the internet. A lot of what has to do with the internet, including the porn, including the instant gratification, which I spoke about in another video, including the lack of understanding of the process and the journey, is certain things that we're missing. We're looking at things on Instagram in 30 seconds. We're missing context out of that. So those are the generational curses that we're going to pass on to the next generation if we're not mindful. Our parents, the generation before us, didn't have to deal with that. So we have to. So it's important that we really take that on and take that serious. And it's important because I have goals, dreams. If you watching this, you got goals, dreams, aspirations, things you want to do. And you could look at lust as you trying to fill your cup. And lust is like holes in your cup. So you filling up all this love, all this energy, all this good vibes, filling up your cup. But then you got these holes, which is lust, that's just leaking of your energy. And we have no time for leakage. There's too much going on today. There's way too much going on today to make room for leakages in our life. We can't do it. Like, we just can't do it. We got to be extremely diligent, and we can't succumb to it one bit, y'all. I'm talking to y'all, someone who's on the far spectrum of not being in it. You know, like, if we look at a lot of people I'm around when it comes to lust, I'm very, very minimally on that side of things. But how potent it is, and how easy it is to just get that little bit online, and that becomes a leakage in your life. We got to stop that. We got to stop that, nip that in the butt ASAP. And we got to get to these dreams, y'all, and just understand that it's energy. And we got to understand and learn how to transmute that energy. And that's one of the most powerful things we could do. We're alchemists. So as we transmute that energy, we feel the need to want to engage in something lustful. And transmute that. What do you want to learn? Do you have a goal you want to do? Transmute that. So once you start thinking about doing something lustful, then put that energy into your work. Put that energy into self. Go meditate. Go read. Go for a workout. Go work on craft. Like, what I started doing lately is writing a lot. I've been writing and getting real intimate with my thoughts, intimate with myself. And it's really helped me, because the more you are intimate with yourself, you get to a point where you're like, I'm done talking to myself. I want to engage with others. I want to just learn what others have to say about this, because I found some interesting stuff. So I think that's real important. But y'all, let's be mindful and reprogram, like intentionally reprogramming our mind from this lust, y'all, because it's killing us. It's killing us, literally killing us. Why? Because it's allowing us to not give birth. It's allowing us to not have families. And that's really what's really important, y'all. I want to have my children. I want to be out here, build a house, have my empress, and we live it. And where our gaze is going is in nature. And we just looking in these beautiful landscapes, and we looking at things that we create, and we seeing how we build it, and we put that work in. And we ain't got no time for the lust, y'all. We ain't got no time for the porn. We ain't got no time. Like, for me, I haven't been to clubs. Like, I've been to a club like once, 2 times in the last couple of years. So that's not a thing for me. You know what I mean? We reprogramming, so we gonna host retreats. We gonna have more events where we outside, where we enjoying this nature's rhythm. And we really just full enjoying the vibes and the energy, y'all. But I'm so grateful. Let's cleanse ourselves from that lustful energy. Let's tap into that love and know that lust is a feeling, love is an action. So are you going to be driven by your feelings, or are you going to be driven by your actions and choose love in every moment? That's really up to you. All right, y'all. Sending y'all so much love.